Welcome back to BarryTsGarage. Behind me here is a 1940 Lincoln Zephyr, and it's a convertible. And JB's changed his mind on what he's doing with this project, so please stay tuned and I'll have him explain. Okay, JB, I've seen this car, the viewers have seen this car in the background on a lot of our episodes.
Right.
And now it's up in the shop here.
Yep.
And it really got some proper wheels and tires on it, and it's cleaned up a good bit.
Yeah.
What's the story on this?
Well, this is one of the Zephyrs that people are not really aware of. This was the very end of the classical shaped Zephyrs. After this, they got completely different. They were not all that attractive, and of course the Continental came along and took over that airspace. So the emphasis on Zephyrs was gone. They were actually cutting up Zephyrs and turning them into Continentals at the factory. So the transition was in place. Edsel decided he wanted to move on from there. This is a distinctly 30s cars. He wanted to move into 40s cars. Okay. You know, those factories don't sell cars if they stay static. So they keep changing the design, updating it. So this is the last of the classical shaped cars from the 30s. Okay.
Yeah, so someone would look at this and not guess maybe it's a 1940. They might guess it's
it has, most of the cues on it are, you know, the beautiful rounded fenders and the rounded body. That's the end of the line for Zephyrs and for a lot of the Ford products. They just segue. At the end of each decade, the factories used to start moving into the next era of cars.
Yeah. It's got some beautiful shape to it.
Yeah, it really does. And all the really difficult to find stuff is present and accounted for. 40 being a 1 year only. There are a tiny fraction of 42s built, but they were completely different.
I see. So
this is the last of the classical era 30s Zephyrs.
And it's a 1940, but what's the model designation on this?
I don't really call what Lincoln called it, but still have the V12.
Might have been a convertible coupe, maybe?
Yes, most likely.
Most likely.
And this now we've gone from a shift on the floor to a shift on the column.
Oh, is that right? Okay, let's see that. Yeah, there's the column shift. It kind of stayed like that for years.
This dash has already been wood grained. All the really rare and desirable stuff has been cleaned up and put back in place so that, you know, one of the problems with these cars is until you put everything back on the car, it's really hard to tell what you're missing.
Yeah.
I mean, even I've been doing this for forever. If you take a piece of chrome off or all the chrome, your memories gets fuzzy, and well, wait a minute, what'd that chrome look like? So when you're out looking for it, the guy could tell you, and it could be off of DeSoto, you don't know.
Yeah, right.
So once you see it on a car up close, see the details, record it. If you are fortunate to see one of these at a show, then take some detailed photograph. I've been doing that for 50 years.
Yeah.
And it gives you details that you later may need in order to see if a car is complete or if it's correct.
Right.
There could be stuff on it, but it's not really the right stuff.
So obviously what we're seeing is incomplete. Do you have most of the parts for this car?
Yeah, we have everything.
You have everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
So just because I don't see it now doesn't mean you don't have it, huh?
Well, we keep like the ashtray, they call them ash receivers.
Yeah, okay.
We keep those in there because they're cast, very rare, very fragile. It took me probably 5 years to find those. The rams that pick the top up, and this is a hydraulic top.
Okay.
So it's also the very first of those. The others were, but prior to this, were all mechanical. So you had to drag them up.
Oh, I see.
6 guys and your neighbor. This one you hit a button and it comes up.
It looks like it's got a full back seat for
Yes, it does.
passengers.
It's also a lot more useful in that regard.
Yep.
It's a bigger car, but it doesn't look big. And that's partly the shape and partly the styling.
Now that steering wheel also looks very different from the other ones.
Yeah, it is. It's called the Gowing wheel, and these are really, really popular on custom cars.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, they get taken off a lot just for that reason. Because they're very popular, and the shape is very pleasing. But you can see we got the skirts, the trim for the skirts, the rocker moldings are all in good shape. The chrome is there. Remember, This is not the same chrome as on a sedan. The
Oh,
sedan
right.
had a door right here, and so it had to cut that chrome. That's a coupe piece of chrome.
Yeah.
1940 only. This back has been restored, and those are practically impossible.
Is the
Okay, and it
trunk,
has the Zephyr script on it.
is the trunk floor rust free and all that?
Yeah, it sure is. Yep, that's about as rust free as you're going to get. Absolutely no holes, no rust through anything, nothing.
Wow,
And it really came to us that way. I mean, we didn't really have to do
Yeah,
a
we didn't
lot.
have to do much, huh?
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
If the car is really bad. This car, fortunately, was quite good when we got it.
Looks like the rear bumper's straight. It just needs to maybe be re-chromed or something.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe a little bit of oil on the hinge.
Yes, indeed. More than a little.
All right.
Okay, your skirts are intact.
Yeah.
You can see that they fit the opening properly. It's been quite a little bit of work done to this car. We just have customer cars in front of it, and we just don't have time to do it, so we're just not going to be able. We're just going to have to sell it as is and move on. But it's a good car, basically, and it's complete with the engine, transmission, driveline, shifter. Everything that you need is there.
I can already feel the questions coming. Someone's going to
Sure.
say, okay, you can actually see from here.
Right.
You need to go look under the hood.
Okay.
But this is still the V12 flathead.
Yes, sure is.
Yeah, so people are going to be actually curious about this probably.
Yeah, this
So you're actually going to be selling this.
yes. I'm going to sell it just the way it is. But even a novice could do this car because it's not missing anything.
Okay.
Still got the body tag on it, the build tag.
Well, it sure does.
Just nothing really bad ever was on
Yeah.
this car. So
Okay.
it's just a
that's
good
pretty
car
wild.
from the beginning. And
So we're going to need to, so you have the engine for it.
yes, we do.
Is it a running engine?
I have no idea if it's running or not, but it is complete.
Okay.
And their engines are not that difficult to come up with.
Okay.
There are 3 or 4 builders in the West that built the V12s. Ed Smith is one. So that can be had.
So if nothing else, you're going to provide them a good core or a good engine?
Yeah,
core?
exactly. And then, of course, a lot of these cars don't even get V12s.
Well, that's true.
They
Someone
might end
may
up
choose to put something else.
Yeah, one of the options that I've seen done, and I don't really mind it, is like a 50s Lincoln motor, which is a big V8, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Mid 50s, 56, 57 Lincoln motor is a killer motor.
Yeah.
And that could be adapted to this without a whole lot of trouble.
Gotcha.
That would be a cool option.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of power, a lot more than this car came with originally. So I get that, and it wouldn't be a bad option. It really wouldn't.
Well, as long as I'm asking questions, so the engine, the transmission, and obviously you need upholstery, and I guess this top
Yes.
is complete. Is there
The top mechanism is complete. You can see that even the header bow is in good shape.
Oh yeah. Does it come with a top, like the fabric?
We can make a top for it. It's not. We don't have one presently.
Okay.
We just ordered 2 tops for a 38 and a 39,
Okay.
and they'd be pretty similar.
Yeah.
Same amount of time and money.
Yeah.
So
Slightly bigger, probably.
slightly bigger, but not a heck of a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, in a way, it'll be a shame to see it go because it's
Yep.
been fun to see it.
well, we're just divided. We can't.
You can
We
only
have
do so
customer
much,
cars
right?
that we need to take care of.
Yeah.
That have been languishing in this. That's not right.
Yeah.
We need to get back on them and stay with them until they're done. We've just shipped one not too long ago, but we got another one that needs to be finished. It's getting close, but we need to finish it and get it to its
I got you.
owner.
Well, there we have it.
Yep.
Well, thank you, JB.
You
It's
bet.
interesting to learn about that.
Yep.
We'll see if, and by the way, I guess if anyone's interested, they can contact us
Yes, exactly.
and go from there.
Please do.
Okay, cool.
It's a really good car.
Yeah. All righty.